Okay, welcome everyone. I hope that you're having a beautiful day if you are across seas, and a beautiful night if you are here in the US. I want to say welcome to all our listeners out there. I hope that you're having a productive week thus far. Today we're going to be talking about fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia pain, how to beat this crazy thing. I tell you, this is something that I've been dealing with for many years. And I've been going back and forth with doctors and patients and all kinds of reports. And there's one thing about this particular condition. It's a mystery. And I'm going to go over some very important things to tell you why this particular problem is a mystery. Now, if you look here, this particular type of condition seems to affect many different problems. When I say problems, pain, inflammation, discomfort, this has an effect on your sleeping, your mood issues, has a lot of fatigue. Generally within the last week, you will generally tell your doctor, I'm having fatigue, I'm having pain, I'm having tenderness. They basically state that there is some miscommunication or some problem going on between the neurological system, the brain, and the nervous system. Generally, people will experience pain in certain points, in certain areas. They go to doctors, a doctor treats them with medications, and this becomes a whole vicious cycle. Now, let me just tell you a few things about fibromyalgia. I'm not a huge believer in it, okay? Although I will state, yes, people may have fibromyalgia, but the majority of people that are diagnosed do not. That I can tell you. Because of the fact that many physicians out there don't understand how to diagnose fibromyalgia. And I'm going to explain this in just a second. But there are many things. A person can have pain in the TMJ, common headaches. They can have irritable bowel syndrome, anxiety, depression, along with pain, discomfort, difficulty sleeping, and many of those different kinds of symptoms. I want to go over a couple important things that we talk about: cognitive difficulties. Maybe you feel this, what we call this fibro fog, the inability to focus, the inability to perform mental tasks. That is one of the big symptoms of fibromyalgia. But the most common symptom, I would say, has to do a lot with sleeping. So I want to go over some important things. I'm not going to go into all the different symptoms of infections, but they do find that a lot of people who have these conditions understand they interrelate it to possible other conditions. Like you might have a rheumatoid arthritis, or an autoimmune problem, or a chronic stomach issue, a chronic allergy condition. They always try to contribute to something else, and when they can't contribute to something else, they say, well, it's fibromyalgia. Now, fibromyalgia is a group of symptoms that falls under a syndrome. I get that again, a group of symptoms that fall under a syndrome. A syndrome is a group of symptoms. So basically, you're going to a doctor, and they're looking at this particular pain cycle. We're going to come to this one first. You generally have pain, tense muscles, you have poor sleep, you develop stress and anxiety, your emotions start going crazy, you become depressed, and the doctors treat you on medication, and it becomes a whole vicious cycle. Now you have some type of disease, because fibromyalgia is not a disease. It's a syndrome. It's not a disease. It's not going to kill anyone, but it's a syndrome. But when you look at this syndrome, and you look at these fibromyalgia points, generally you have 18 different areas, and these different areas are areas that, over a certain amount of areas, according to your pain tolerance, we determine, yes, it's fibromyalgia. But you can see that, okay, I got pain in area 3, I got pain in area 4, it's tender when I touch it. Here's another particular chart to give you an understanding, because you may be saying, hey, what this is all about. But again, you can look at the area here, and then you basically say, what's the severity of the schedule? A, B, or C? A, very painful. B, somewhat painful. C, mildly irritating. So generally, it's a chart out by the rheumatologist, by their particular board, and they come out with this diagnosis. Now you have fibromyalgia. So now what do? Well, this is the big problem. This is why I'm here, because I can tell you that with this particular condition, I have never, maybe one or two, and I've seen lots of patients, people out there. I really have seen thousands of people been diagnosed. I would say hundreds of these thousands have been diagnosed with fibromyalgia, and through smart therapy, not only, I'm talking about maybe partially meditation, it may be massage, it may be chiropractic care, it may be exercise, nutrition. And I want to talk about a few things about nutrition while I'm on this topic right now to give you a little bit of peace. The most important thing is reducing inflammation. In any kind of condition in the body, inflammation is the number one. Immune problems, cardiovascular, diabetes, pain, whatever it may be, we must reduce inflammation. First thing is reducing omega-6s. Omega-6s. You must reduce omega-6s because you are too much filled up with omega-6s, the most inflammatory type of food that we can eat. And you're saying, what is omega-6s? Your corn oils, your sunflower oils, your cookies, your candies, your pastries, your cakes, your fast foods, your burgers, your whole grains, a lot of your seeds like your sesame seeds, your pumpkin seeds. A lot of these whole grains have tons of omega-6. Now, we have to balance it with omega-3. We need a lot more omega-3. Now, we're never going to catch up with omega-3, but your omega-3 are your flax seeds, your chia seeds, your fatty fish, your salmon, or you can substitute and you can take omega-3 capsules. You can take krill oil, cod liver oil, omega-3. Now, you can take up to 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 a day. But if you're having a lot of omega-6, you need to up your omega-3. That can take away your pain, bang, just like that. It is amazing. So you are a snacker, you are a fast food eater, you are a junkaholic. I can tell you this is contributing to your pain. So very important. Vitamin D3. Anywhere between 2,000 and 5,000 milligrams. Increased magnesium, maybe up to 600 milligrams a day. You can spread it out. There are different kinds of magnesium. There are oils, there's creams, there's different chelated magnesiums. We look at B vitamins, excellent, helps work with the neurological system. The B vitamins are very, very important. Chamomile, valerian root. These particular conditions can make a huge difference. Nutrition is a key part when it comes down to repair and comes down to healing. We people out there who have chronic contracture in an area and you say, well, I got pain over here, this pain doesn't go away. Myofascial release. Get a good massage therapist to release the fascia, break down the scar tissue, the adhesions, the forward head posture, the rounded shoulders, the things we do day after day, we start developing adhesions. And magnesium foods, your green, your dark greens, your leafies, magnesium in pumpkin seeds, and then a lot of seeds have magnesium. You can just plug it in Google. There's a lot of good magnesium foods out there, but magnesium is very important. Magnesium relaxes muscle. People get twitching of the muscles, cramping of the muscles, difficulty relaxation, difficulty sleeping. Magnesium is a big magic tool for you. Magnesium may take away a lot of your pain, help relax those muscles. So, a very important thing is meditation. Finding a hobby, things you like to do, watching your ergonomics, having a support behind your lower back like I do, keeping good posture, not being on your stomach, stretching, being flexible. There's a lot of things that we need to do. We need to really look upon ourselves because when you rely on doctors, you're going to be relying on toxic medication. And I want people to understand that medication is not going to correct these problems. They're putting people on gabapentin. They're putting people on an anxiety medication, depression medication. There are meds that are just going to ruin you, destruct you. They're putting people on ibuprofens and all other types of non-steroidal anti-inflammatory medications. And I'm not here to knock medication, but I am here to protect your liver, to protect your kidneys, to protect your health, to protect your future so you can enjoy your life. So I want to just go over a few very important things. I touched on the fibromyalgia points, telling you that you have pain in this area, that area. We talk about the charts and how to figure this out. We look at the pain cycle here, and this is a very good chart I would like you to look at. When it comes to the pain cycle, pain affects many things in our life. It causes depression, it causes weight gain, stress and anxiety, it affects our sleep, we become angry, we become frustrated, our moods, our libido, our sex drive becomes just thrown off. We lose time from work, it affects our relationships, we start developing lots of fatigueness. I can tell you, just having pain, you feel irritable and you get those particular, those chemicals from the brain, like the cortisol from the adrenals, the adrenaline from the adrenals. It just wears you out. It just breaks you down. Now, most people who have extra cortisol or extra adrenaline, you need to really manage your stress levels. I will tell you that stress levels is one of the most common denominators for increased pain in the pain cycle. And fibromyalgia is all about pain. So if you can manage the pain by meditation, exercise, increasing enkephalins, increasing endorphins from the brain, and start doing things differently, changing your diet, getting away from these inflammatory foods like these omega-6s, they're destructive. I'm telling you, they are destructive. You need to Google it and you will see that when you change your diet and start saying to yourself, you know, I want more magnesium, I want more plentiful nutrients, greens. If you want to start drinking some more spirulina and alkalinity of alkaline veggies, eating more fruits and veggies, and start possibly even bone broth to help build collagen in your body. But you need to really go through a lot of my videos. I've been hitting a lot of stuff on nutrition. Make sure you're getting enough vitamin D in your system because most of us are deficient in vitamin D. Vitamin D can be anywhere from 2,000 to 5,000 IUs a day. Vitamin D is important to assimilate minerals. And if you are taking any kind of medication, particularly blood pressure medications or even many other medications, it could be thyroid, it could be anxieties, a lot of these medications deplete magnesium. And magnesium is a very important component, probably more important than any mineral in the body because it has so many different metabolic functions, hundreds, I believe a couple hundred of them. So these are some really good tips for you. Hopefully that you will take these tips and do something good with them because, you know, let's beat the hell of this fibromyalgia because I don't want these other people to beat you up. I want you to become smart. I want you to become wise. I want you to be healthy. And I ask you, just from your heart, continue sharing these videos because there are a lot of people out there that really have problems, that need help, and they don't know where to go. And so basically, you know, they're just, you know, relying on the medication. They're not doing the proactive things like you are here today. I see a lot of names in the chat room. You're regulars because you're very smart. You're becoming much more aware. And you know what? This particular condition in fibromyalgia, very few people understand. They just hear the big picture. They really don't understand it. But I can tell you, this is not a disease. It's a syndrome of symptoms, a multitude of symptoms. It's strictly objective. There's no blood test. There's no x-ray. There's no MRI. There's no other test that we can determine that you have fibromyalgia. It's a group of symptoms. And if you're having a bad day, you're going to have pain. So let's boost this system up right now. Let's change our thinking. Let's get up and say, you know what? I'm tired of having pain. I'm tired of suffering. I'm going to start becoming more proactive, become smarter. I'm going to eat better. I'm not going to be eating this crap and this fast food. I'm going to slow my life down. I'm going to take time to myself, and I'm going to start making a change tonight if you're here in the U.S., or this morning if you are away or overseas. Let's really get serious, and I wish you all blessings for you and your family. God bless you. We'll catch up with you real soon. Bye-bye now.